Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Kristen White, clinical psychologist and mom of 3, and this is the Mom Degree, where we provide support and tools to help women feel a little bit less crazy and be more effective in their role as moms. Today we're going to take a brief break from our topic of self-care to answer our very first viewer question, so thank you for your questions, guys. Keep them coming. So this question is basically, how do we manage and stay sane in the transition to new babies? This particular mom has one child, I think around 5, and is right in the midst of new baby season. I'd like to generalize this to anybody though, first baby, second, third, but this is specifically, how do we deal with this transition? Now, I will say right up front, most of this is going to be from my experience. I can't say that I have read research literature as a psychologist on this, although I'll look into it. But at this point, this is mostly from my experience. And on that note, I'm going to cheat and tell you the mom challenge right now for this week. The mom challenge is, I want to hear your tips and ideas. What helped you in the transition from one baby, 2 babies, 3 babies, whatever? What helped you? There is a reason at the beginning of the show that I say that we provide support and tools, because I'm not going to do this all by myself, guys. I believe that we're a sisterhood of mothers and we can help each other in this. And you guys have unique things to offer each other also. So I will remind you at the end, but if you're like, I'm done having babies, I'm not even going to tune in, fine, just go do the mom challenge. Post in the comments, tips, ideas, what helps keep you sane. All right, for those of you that are hanging in there with us and are interested in this topic of how do we transition well, I have 10 tips. I'm going to have to run through them super fast to try to get this in anywhere close to 10 minutes. It may go over, but I'll do my best. Before I get there, one quick note, my transitions. The first one was awful. I just can't even tell you. I was crazy. I had postpartum depression. My daughter was right on that spectrum going up to colic. It was insane. She was crazy. We were crazy. We all would have pushed the button to end that season if we could. If we had a way out, we would have taken it. It was awful. Thankfully, I love her dearly. I'm so glad we didn't end that season and we made it through. And since then, we've had 2 more, and the transitions have been better every time. I was terrified with the second just because of the first, nervous with the third because they were only 15 months apart, and they've gotten better and better. So I don't think we have this all figured out, but maybe we figured something out because they have gotten better. So that's me. All right, 10 tips. Number 1, this has been one of the most powerful for me. Be aware of your expectations and take them down a notch. Okay, we have so many expectations going into motherhood, babies, all of this. Take them down. First, you have to figure out what they are and then take them down a notch. Your house is not going to be as clean. You're not going to get to every goal with your child. Your new baby is not going to get as much attention as the last. And all of that is okay. We can only do so much. So be aware of your expectations and take them down a notch. It's all right if your house is a mess or part of the attention this baby gets is from their sibling or whatever else. Number 2, this goes right along with that. Prioritize. For you, for your kids, for your house, your partner, what is really most critical? Couple examples. My oldest, really, as we've had new babies, honestly, one of the things that gets cut a lot is learning time. We don't spend as much time on letters and numbers. I really value that stuff. Of course, I have my doctorate. I value learning, but I know she's going to get that. And it's more important to me to make sure we're working on the social and emotional stuff. And we are back at the learning now. Now we do it every day. But prioritize what's most critical. What's another example of prioritizing? We didn't go to church on Sunday mornings for like almost 2 years because we wanted to sleep. We needed to sleep. My kids hate sleep. I've said this before. We were up all night. Notice the theme. As I've said, I like my sleep. So we just went to small group and other things that kind of put more bang for our buck, and we felt a little bad, but that was better for us. So prioritize. You can't do it all. If we're going to cut back, prioritize what's really most critical for each of you. Number 3, work smart instead of hard and focus on what works and matters for you. 2 examples. 1, baby wearing. I've done baby wearing more for every kid, not because I think it's like you have to and I'm like some crazy baby wearing fanatic, but it's really good multitasking. I can literally, instead of fighting my youngest on her afternoon nap, I can wear her, she naps, we go for a walk, I get exercise, and the older kids get out. I like that. That's a lot of bang for my buck. Work smart instead of hard. Another example, after baby number 1, gosh, we were crazy. We thought she should sleep in the crib, all night from the very beginning, and we should all get up when she got up, and we were all insane. Babies number 2 and 3, they slept in the baby swing for the first 2 months at least, and we took shifts on the couch next to them. My husband and I missed sleeping in the same bed terribly, but I would rather miss him for 2 months or 6 months or whatever it takes than hate him because we're all so sleep deprived. That may not be what works for you, but my point is figure out what works for you and do it. Do the smartest thing, not the hardest thing. Okay, number 4, continue your self-care. You already need to be having self-care before the baby. You need to continue it in the season of new baby. Again, this is a time to prioritize though. I heard a speaker a couple years ago talking in my MOPS group. I forget your name, I'm sorry. But she said, know your Achilles heel in terms of self-care. What is it that you need? You can guess mine. It's sleep. I need sleep. So when I knew this by baby 2 and way more, even 3, I could give up exercising if I had to. I missed it, but I could live without it. I could cut down on friend time if I had to, but I can't live without sleep. I've told you before, I mean. So that is where we put our energy. When we could get somebody to take care of the kids, I napped, right? So not only do your self-care, we'll continue to talk about how to do it in small chunks, but really prioritize in this season of baby. What is your Achilles heel? What is it that you need the most and will kill you if you don't get it? And plan for it. You have to do it. We've talked about even more. You have to take care of yourself during this season. Okay, number 5, get help from anywhere and everywhere you can. Talk to your partner about expectations and what you need, their expectations and yours. Talk to family, talk to friends, get a therapist if you need to. Be specific with people with what you need. Receive, this is the hard part, accept and receive what they have to give you. Even if it's another mom saying, hey, can we just come over and help entertain your kids? I can't take them, but can we just entertain them and keep you company? Receive it. I know we want something huge, but take what you can get, be specific, and don't forget to get that professional help as needed. All right, number 6, we're going to switch gears a little bit for the kids. How do we help the kids in this so they don't drive you insane? First, prepare them in advance as much as possible. Some of you may be past this season, but you can still do some of it. Read books to prepare them for new baby. With my daughter, we did our backyard like crazy. I'm pointing behind me. We put up a play set and all these things because we thought we may not leave the house for the next 3 months when baby number 2 came. We didn't know. So we prepared by creating her a play area. I've talked to moms who have a special nursing box. And these are the kinds of things you can still do even if you're in the season. Whenever they were nursing, there was a special box of special snacks, special toys, special books that came out for the older kids that they only got during nursing time. Prepare some of these things even now to help make the transition smoother for them. Number 7, get them involved wherever possible. If baby's still on the way, talk to them about baby. Take them to appointments. Let them feel baby kick. If baby's here, let them hold the bottle. Let them bring you a burp cloth. Let them sing to the baby. Whatever it is, get them involved so they feel a part of this. Number 8, plan special time with your older children, right? You're going to have to be more intentional now that there's a new baby vying for your attention, whether it's baby 2 or baby 6. Your attention's more divided. Plan special time with the older children, and this is critical. Speak their love language. What is it that makes them feel loved? Is it touch, quality time, words of affirmation, gifts, acts of service? We can cover those if you're not familiar with them in a whole nother video. Go Google them for now. Most of you, I assume, already know. But how do they feel loved? For my oldest, it's been cuddle time. We have to intentionally, throughout the day, give her extra cuddle time. And if I see her starting to get crazy and act up, it's like, hey, do we need to stop and cuddle a little? It's taken a while, but now she'll say yes. And we can give her that, and then she can kind of restabilize, and we can get back to the baby and whatever else. So plan special time with them that's important to them. We're almost at 10 minutes, but I'm going to make it. Well, it'll be a little over, but we'll be close. Number 9, I think I'm on 9. Gosh, I hope so. Number 9, when you're all going crazy, get out of the house. okay? When you're going crazy, when your kids are going crazy, basically have a diaper bag packed if you can and get out of the house, but really just do something to take a break. If you can't get out of the house, turn a movie on, call a grandparent or something. Do something to distract yourselves, calm down, and then when you're calm, now you come back and figure out what is happening that's making me crazy, my kids crazy, whatever. Is it a theme? Is it a pattern? Is it something we need to address? But we don't do this when we're crazy. We do this when we're calm. So let me think. We discovered very quickly after baby number 3 that the like 4:30 to 6:30 time was really hard because we had a baby, a newborn, and a 15-month-old, and they both wanted to be held and cuddled and dealt with, and I couldn't do that by myself. So after being crazy a couple times, it was like, all right, either husband has to be home at that time, or I need to get a sitter to come for 2 hours, or a friend or a family member to be with me. That's not always possible, but the point is when you're calm, stop and look back. What is it that you can, what is the issue for you, for your kids, whatever, and can you address it and create a plan for it? I have more examples, but we're almost out of time. Yes, okay, so the last one, and this is most important, number 10, remember that this is a season. It is a season. It will end. I didn't think that would happen with the first, but I promise it will end. They will grow up and it will get easier. Be gracious with yourself in the meantime. Be gracious. You guys don't have to be perfect. You don't have to meet every need. We'll cover this in another video, but you just have to be good enough. There is lots of research in psychological literature that shows we don't have to be perfect, just good enough. Just there with them more of the time than not. Most of the time, not perfect, all right? So it'll pass. Be gracious with yourself and just be good enough. Remind yourself that like 100 times a day. Write it all over your house if you have to. That's it. Be gracious, be good enough. All right. That is it. Your mom challenge again. I want to hear your tips. I need to hear your tips, guys. We need to help each other in this. So post what helped you, practical, theoretical, I don't care. Post your tips and ideas about this transition. Go ahead and like my page, subscribe to my videos if you want to hear more. And beyond that, much love and many blessings. Until next time on the Mom Degree.